Hello, everyone. I'm Esperanza Walsh, and this is Art from the Heart at St. Augustine's Church. And for this session, we are going to do a squirrel. And we will do this one, which is a slightly more realistic squirrel than the one we did in our previous session. So for this one, we have to draw it first and then paint it. So are we ready? Oh, then let's go. So again, this is our squirrel, and the first thing we're doing would be to draw it. So to draw it, we would first draw the shape of an egg. The egg shape would be a guideline. It's not the actual squirrel, but it's a guideline. And then I am going to draw a horizontal line. So if you can see it, let me bring it closer. So it is like an egg with a horizontal line. Okay, I don't want to make this too bold because I don't want it to take over the actual drawing. So we would need to adjust this in a moment when we do the actual drawing. So for the bottom bit, we need to make it a little bit slanted here, and then here as well slanted, and then going up, and then curved here. Okay, and I'm just going to erase the lines that are not necessarily necessary. Those that would just confuse me. Okay, let me do this again so you can see. So again, slanted. Now this is the actual thing now. Okay, so that is the lower part of the body. Sorry. Now we are going to draw the arms. So to draw the arms, okay, I'm going to make a small shape here that's sort of like a part of an oval. And then I'm going to draw a curve here, and I'm going to make the curve more, I'm going to do a smaller curve here. This will be the elbow. And then here, and on the other side, like so. So now I can remove the guideline on this side. As you can see, this is now open. So what I'm gonna do is just to connect this like so. And then on the other side, we're going to do something similar. But this time, okay, the curve will stop here where we drew the other arm. And then we are going to draw a larger curve and then a smaller one for the elbow. And then another curve going up. And then inside, there we go. And then we're going to remove the guidelines here. So we're just gonna connect that. Okay, I'm just removing the unnecessary lines. And that is now your drawing. And I know you can see it from your screen because I can see it from here. Earlier, I know the guidelines were not intense enough in terms of color, but again, it's basically a shape of an egg and then a horizontal line. The next thing we're going to do would be to draw the eyes. Again, the eyes are just like droplets. So here, this slightly sideways, so the eye here would be smaller, but this tip and this tip should be aligned, and this top bit and this top bit should also be aligned. So let me make that more intense. Okay, make it bold. Okay, That means that our squirrel are is slightly facing sideways, and thus, of course, it would have the tail here showing at the back because it's facing this direction. Okay, next, the nose. So for the nose, I'm just going to draw an oval here, small line below it, and then curves going outwards, like so. Excuse me, sorry about that. Then around the eyes, so around the eyes, I'm going to draw some curves. We will paint this with black later on. Some of the kids told me it looked like a heart. I think, yeah, they are right, it does. And then here, again, this height should be the same as this. And then this one should also be the same as that. So now we have the eyes. So let's do the ears here. So it has small ears here. And then another pair of small ears here. And then what else is missing? Oh yes, there is a branch across this. So let me draw that branch like so and like so. And then it has feet here on the branch, not so detailed. And yeah, here as well. So that won't be so detailed. And yes, that's it. That's our drawing. And we just need to remove some of the guidelines. This bit here, because we won't see that behind the branch. Now we can start painting. So the first thing I'm gonna do would be to use the light colors, which is yellow ochre for this one. And yes, we will paint some areas with yellow ochre. So let me get some yellow ochre. That would include the chest here. So like so. This area around the eyes. And here. Like so. Oh, and the tail here. And let me see any other areas with yellow ochre. Yeah, here's. And now I'm just going to rinse my brush and soften the edges of those areas I painted with yellow ochre so that it looks like it has a smoother flow. So here we go. And the reason why I know I painted this area first, but the reason why I'm attending to it last is because the other areas seem to be drying faster. So I have to attend to them before the areas which are not drying as fast. Okay, so we now have yellow ochre. The next color I'm going to use would be red. So I'm going to have some diluted red paint. So it's going to actually look like pink. And I am going to drop it off in this area like so. Like that. And is there any other area I want to be red? No, this is it. Just that area. So now I'm just going to soften the edges. There we go. So now we will start with the outside area. Okay, so I'm going to paint this with water. And I am going to try and create the effect of fur. Okay, my brush is not that clean. It's a bit bluish here. The effect of water, effect of fur by painting gray on it. So what that would be black diluted in water. So let me start that. So that would be like so. So in the ears, it would be smooth, but in other areas, it won't be as smooth. Okay, excuse me. So ear smooth, other areas not so smooth. And then we're just going to spread that for the background. Oh, I think I've just covered the ear. Sorry about that. So now I'm just gonna spread that, and then we can paint the green on later on for the background. So this is to create the shape of our Japanese squirrel. Same here on the side. Again, water and then diluted black paint. So here, this area, we missed this, so we are now going to paint it with the diluted black paint. And by this time, most of the colors we painted inside the squirrel should be dry. So we can now start with the other areas in the squirrel. So we start with the lightest gray. So our diluted black paint would be really dilute. We will paint this area, this where the feet are, and okay, here it's still slightly wet and that is good. So we are going to paint the line and then we are going to paint some black paint here. Now we will try and spread that a little bit just to soften it. Like so. Well done us. Now a little bit more concentrated black paint here and here and just let it spread. And now in this area, we are going to define the arms. Yes, I'm pushing it back and forth, I mean the brush, to create that fur-like effect. And here, I'm doing it as well. But this one is a bit outwards. This one is going in, and this one's going out. Okay, so now I just paint this. And then the hands. And then the other one. And then here again, similar to that. And then here, we're now creating the shape of the head. I mean, we have created the shape of the head, but we are improving the definition of that shape. Oh, very nice. So now we can paint some gray paint here, like so. Let the paint spread. Again, what we're after is that fur-like effect, which this is a very good example. So here we have to soften it a bit. And yeah, soften the inside as well. Okay, so the body is looking pretty good. Now let's go to the face. So let's do the eyes first. So there's the eyes. Well, one eye. And then let's do this one. This is the other one. Oops. Went a little bit over. So that's for the outer part now. Yes, and I'm leaving a little bit of white spaces inside the eyes. That's for the reflection of light. And now we will do the surrounding of the eye, like so. Okay. Okay, I need to turn it a little bit. Like that. And then the ears. Okay, so this is our subject. We're not copying it, we're making something similar. So here, we just draw this. With our brush, we paint it. Technically, we paint it. And now we dilute it with water to soften it. Spread it here onto the nose. And wash your brush again. Rinse our brush. And spread it here. So now we're trying to create a curved shape here. So we need to put some diluted black paint here. And then rinse our brush and just spread it a little bit to create that illusion. Okay, fantastic. Now let me get some burnt sienna. Here we go. And I'm going to paint the nose. Let it spread. And then the mouth. And then I'm going to get some blue paint for the highlights. So for the blue paints, I'm going to drop some blue paints here, 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 the outer bit as well. And then here on the arm. Mostly on this side for the reflection. So like so. So now we need to soften that. And for some balance, we need to put some blue paint here as well. And here. Okay, fantastic. That is so beautiful. Now, we need some more black paint to define this here. Because these are okay, the toes holding on to the branch. So let me get some more diluted black paint. Beautiful. So we're doing very well here. So now we have that, that, and that. Oh, okay. We need some black dots here on this nose. And then also here. And then here, a little bit more. And we'll put some here as well. And that one, this one is for the dimension. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we are now going to get some burnt sienna. And then a little bit of burnt umber. Yeah, and if there are white spaces, we can leave the white spaces. And now I'm going to get some more of that diluted black paint. Like so. Turn it around. Oh, and there's the branch. Lovely branch. So paint this with burnt umber. I'm gonna get some black paint. And then what's missing, I think, would be the whiskers. Oh, and there should be nostrils here as well. Let me paint the nostrils first. Now time for the whiskers. And then let's do the other side. And then shade the ears a little bit so that it looks like it's balanced. And now the background. So for the background, I'm just going to get some green paint, darken it, and then just apply it here. And yeah, maybe here on this bit as well. And of course here at the bottom, just a bit. Okay, and then a little bit more in this area. Now I'm gonna get some yellow to give it some texture and dimension. And here as well. Perfect. So here's my Japanese squirrel. Okay, it's a bit darker than the initial sample. Okay, so this squirrel might be hanging on the tree at night or in the evening. And this one must be, oh, sorry, this one must be hanging at night. And this one is the one hanging at daytime because of the color. And as you can see, the background is also darker here. So I hope you enjoyed the session, painting a Japanese girl, and see you again next time. Bye bye.